guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our YouTube account and we are checking out the Temple Rift and the Grand Hunt. Now a lot of players, one, do not know about this little event that kind of goes on within the Temple Rift. Two, the rewards in here are incredible. Do not forget about this, guys. Now I went through a bunch of different teams. I tested a bunch of different stuff. We actually got to 6%, so I know it is relatively early within the Continuum Stalker, but you cannot murk heroes in here. Now that is a really big thing. So looking at our leaderboard, guys, in the top teams, of course, are Drez. Drez you have to have built out. That's right, guys. Plus 30 signature item, the 9 of 9 furniture, also the engraving to really see damage like this. With the plus 60 engraving, he does have a very, very big damage boost that comes in there in turn. Putting some badges behind it, of course, amplify the damage. Then we have Grez, we have the twins, we have Silas, and we do have Mortis within this formation. So looking at it, guys, again, Drez will actually use his slingshot until he does the ultimate ability. Once he does the ultimate ability, you'll see him appear right behind the Stalker and just absolutely obliterate the target. Not only does he do an incredible amount of damage, you can see right in this very little top corner, he has a buff that he put, or a debuff that he puts up on the boss itself, allowing him to really maximize the damage. Now, we have seen this traditionally within the Abyssal Expedition. A couple other game modes, Drez is incredible within the game modes. Similar to Cecilia. Cecilia does a lot of damage and does have some survivability. But again, Drez, when it comes to single target damage boss modes, we tried in here, again, with a couple different formations, including heroes like Warwick that have a really big debuff. Using heroes in here like Rain that do some damage amplification. This has been and still proves to be the best team comp that you can find within here. Again, you have to have a very heavy investment in Drez, which most players do not. I do not have him built to this point at all. And again, you cannot murk the hero, so it is unfortunate we cannot murk the hero. But what is working, guys? So I went through, you can see, guys, we've done a lot of battles here. This is the formation that I was utilizing, and this is kind of a recommended formation, but it does have a Strilda. Now, a lot of players do not have a Strilda built, just like we do not have Drez built. She provides some defensive. She also does a little bit of a damage boost right here with this Inspire ability. Then, of course, guys, if we had that plus 30, gives you a little bit more bonus. And then, of course, we have a bonus here as well that will boost up the attack rating. But the effectiveness of her is relatively low, which is the reason why you can see the more effective variant to this is running Silas, guys. Now, Silas, of course, the higher he is built, the better he is going to perform. The 309 on him, super important. Even looking here, guys, this gives a little bit more healing. This is a little bit of a damage mitigation, but if your heroes are not dying out, it's not really going to make a really big difference in there. But the 309 that he has in there is going to make a very big difference. You can see here, I'm using Scarlet and I'm using Grez. Very similar to our boss fights, even within the Twisted Realm. This is kind of a go-to comp where, again, a majority of heroes will not have a Strilda build, or a majority of players will not have a Strilda build. A majority of players do not have Drez built up to that level. It's really kind of the whale territory, but this formation has worked for me, so I'm going to run it a couple more times in here, guys. Again, do not miss this. Looking at our rewards, or what we do get out of here, we get 10 Stargazer cards if we stay at this current place that we're at. Amazing. That is absolutely amazing, guys, to be able to pick up some Stargazer cards out of here. Not only the Temple Rift in itself being able to give you Time Emblem, Stargazer cards, an incredible amount of loot every 10 floors. This is kind of bonus loot on top of the loot you're already getting out of the Temple Rift. And I know a lot of players are not a huge fan of this game mode, but again, similar to the Thorn Cheese, you really cannot shake a stick at the amount of rewards that they do give you within the Temple Rift. And this is just bonus, guys. So I ran a lot of different configurations, a lot of different variations with the badges. This one seemed to be the strongest one. So right here, 11% of the damage received is rebounded after they cast a healing effect. We know both of the heroes, or both Mortis and the twins, are going to have a healing effect. So when they're taking that AoE damage, it is being reflected. Now, Silas, I went kind of back and forth Wielder provides a hero with low health an additional 70 energy when they're healed, which of course is great. And then these are defensive. So looking at the badges that they do have in here, nothing to really amplify the damage. This is the protective avenue that I went with both of these. Yielded about I think it's 3 billion damage more because of the survivability aspect of this team. So I'm hoping with a couple more attempts that we can go ahead and score a little bit higher than where we were. You can see right off the bat, guys, that the twins do link Scarlet and Grez together, which is awesome to see. We have shields up all around, and then Mortis, of course, giving a lot of buffs. I don't want him to die. He's very, very close. He definitely needs some heals in there. If your heroes are dying out too fast, there's really a heavy RNG aspect to this game mode. Similar to what we see the twins died out with 57 seconds left. The last time they survived the entire time. And it's weird because looking at the damage that Scarlet is putting out, it seems that the damage almost kind of caps. Like she will start casting, and look, the damage meter when you get to the battle almost being completed, the damage goes to nothing. When the skills accumulate, all heroes shall receive damage with a single attack. Your time periodically targets the most densely populated area, dealing damage to them. Marks the enemy the highest attack rating, imprison them. Several seconds later, they open a rift. Deal a certain amount of AoE damage. Located at the center of the attack, attack damage range will increase as the skill's level increases. So again, I don't know the logic with why it seems like Scarlet's damage just kind of falls off towards the end. But might be because some of the team. So even looking here, guys, if I did have that Silas built up a little bit higher, would make a big difference again with that 10% damage mitigation in here. We did have the twins die out kind of early, but Silas also provides the immunity. So we've seen it early right there with Mortis. We just seen it with the twins. Really helps an incredible amount with the immunity factor that he is putting up on these targets, keeping both Mortis and the twins alive during the duration of the fight. And you can see, guys, we're already at 10 billion with half of the time down. And then it's kind of a slower go. I'm not sure if it's because Grez goes down and the minions that he's summoning. But we got to that 14-9, and it looks pretty close. This might be our best attempt. There we go. There's 15. 16. This is going to be the best one, guys. Boom. 16-8. That speaks to the RNG factor that we do have in here. And again, the better that we can score, so that takes us to the top 5%, which of course increases your rewards dramatically. Well, actually got a little bit more on our, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that, but we have one more single attempt in here. And again, if you have another variation of this, if you have a different badge layout, I went through and ran a bunch of different variations, seeing exactly what worked. This seemed to be the best dealing with the survivability that I have with these heroes. See, even right there, guys, Mortis died out about 20 seconds in because Silas didn't provide him the immunity, meaning we're not going to have much damage on this one. The twins never got buffed. Silas never got buffed. So it's going to be pretty minimal with the damage that we're putting out here. But again, this is the best team that I could find or that I put together based on the damage, based on where we're at. So I'm hoping that it does help you progress a little bit further within this game mode. And you can actually use the same comps that a lot of players are running. Grez, Scarlet, absolutely perfect combination, and still did a considerable amount of damage out of there. 15-7 with Mortis not buffing everyone else. So that'll do it for the Continuum Stalker, guys. We got the top 4. Like I said, with 6 days left, theoretically, if I can come in here and I can pick up some Stargazer cards, I will be super excited anytime that I can have the opportunity to get some of those Celestials and Hypogean heroes that are much more difficult to get. Absolutely, guys, it is worth it. Do not forget about this game mode. A lot of players have. And as always, thank you guys for watching.